In January 2024, the median tenure of American workers with their current employer plunged to 3.9 years, the lowest since January 2002. This wasn't just job hopping. It was the beginning of the greatest workforce transformation since farmers became factory workers. Between 2019 and 2022, America witnessed 8.6 million occupational shifts, but that was just the tremor before the earthquake. By 2030, experts predict that 30% of current U.S. jobs could be fully automated, while 60% will see significant task-level changes due to AI integration. The revolution didn't announce itself with fanfare. It crept in through Slack messages, automated emails, and that helpful chatbot that suddenly knew more than the intern. In May 2023 alone, 3,900 American jobs were directly lost to AI, 5% of all job losses that month, making AI the seventh largest contributor to unemployment. The tech sector took the first hit, with a staggering 136,131 tech jobs vanishing in 2023, marking the most substantial round of layoffs since the dot-com crash of 2001. Consider what happened at MSN. In 2020, the company fired dozens of journalists and replaced them with AI software to create content for their homepage. They were early adopters, and by 2025, they looked prescient. Today, 40% of employers expect to reduce their workforce where AI can automate tasks. Office support positions are down nearly 20% between 2023 and 2026. Bank tellers face a projected 15% decline, eliminating 5,100 jobs by 2033. Cashiers will see an 11% decline, cutting 353,100 positions. Content moderation jobs dropped 58% between 2022 and 2025. IBM didn't mince words about it. The company announced plans to replace 30% of its back-office roles with AI within 5 years, roughly 7,800 positions. British Telecom went even further, planning to cut 10,000 jobs over 7 years using AI. But companies discovered that removing middle management didn't make operations faster, it made them fragile. Without human translators who could sense mood, culture, and nuance, organizations began misreading their own data. The wage impact has been devastating for many. AI and automation have caused wage reductions of up to 70% since 1980, with blue-collar workers experiencing decreases ranging from 50% to 70%. But here's the new twist. AI-driven disruption now focuses on educated, white-collar workers earning up to $80,000 annually, primarily due to automation of programming and writing skills. Maria Chen, a 38-year-old customer service supervisor from Seattle, watched her team of 25 shrink to 5 between 2023 and 2025. The AI could handle 80% of our tickets better than we could, she admitted. Perfect grammar, instant responses, never needed a coffee break. But Maria adapted. Like 57% of Gen Z and significant portions of older generations who participated in retraining programs, she invested in new skills. Today, she manages AI systems for 3 companies remotely, earning twice her previous salary. The generational response to this transformation has been surprising. While 75% of workers lack confidence using AI, the breakdown challenges conventional wisdom. 28% of Gen Z employees feel unsupported during new technology rollouts compared to just 22% of baby boomers. Tom Bradley, 58, a former auto parts manufacturer from Detroit, represents an unexpected success story. While many assumed older workers would struggle most, Tom joined the green energy revolution. Solar electric power generation employment is projected to soar 275.9% between 2023 and 2033, and Tom's now installing solar panels, making $15,000 more annually than his factory job ever paid. Companies that successfully navigate this transition share common traits. 85% of Fortune 500 companies now use Microsoft AI solutions, but success varies wildly based on approach. Sandvik Coromant saves at least 1 minute per transaction using Microsoft Copilot for sales, allowing sellers to focus on customer analysis and creativity. Topso achieved 85% AI adoption among office employees in 7 months, with each employee saving 5.6 hours monthly. Access Holdings revolutionized their operations. Writing code now takes 2 hours instead of 8. Chatbots launch in 10 days instead of 3 months, and presentations are prepared in 45 minutes instead of 6 hours. Best Buy found a balanced approach. Their virtual assistant now handles 40% of customer questions automatically, cutting wait times by 75% while maintaining a 90% satisfaction rate. And they kept their human workforce for complex issues. This hybrid model is becoming the gold standard, as companies realize that pure automation without human oversight creates blind spots in customer service and organizational culture. Americans aren't waiting for corporate or government solutions. They're taking matters into their own hands, spending an average of $1,240 on retraining over the past 3 years. Baby boomers are investing the most at $2,670, followed by Gen Z at $1,838. 1 in 10 Americans has already changed careers due to AI concerns, though 27% of those who made the move experienced imposter syndrome, highlighting the personal toll of these transitions. The retraining landscape itself presents challenges. Workers coming from high AI-exposed jobs have, on average, 25% lower earnings returns after training compared to workers from low AI-exposed occupations. Even more concerning, about 40% of retraining participants are being pushed into low-wage support roles, particularly in healthcare, with common positions like nursing assistants earning less than $25,000 annually. Yet entirely new job categories are emerging. AI prompt engineers now earn $150,000 plus for crafting perfect AI instructions. Digital worker managers oversee teams of AI agents and human workers. AI ethics officers ensure algorithms don't discriminate. Algorithm auditors find biases in automated systems. AI training data annotator positions rose by 39% between 2022 and 2025. The infrastructure bills everyone initially ignored have become job engines. Construction and skilled trades are among the least threatened by AI automation, with the sector adding 450,000 unfilled positions by Q4 2026. Wind energy employment is projected to grow 115.1% between 2023 and 2033. These aren't just jobs, they're careers that can't be exported or automated. Different industries show vastly different adaptation rates. Amazon leverages AI and robotics across its vast supply chain while maintaining millions of jobs, proving that automation and employment can coexist when done strategically. Starbucks uses AI for personalized customer experiences while keeping baristas for the human touch that defines their brand. General Electric implemented predictive maintenance that reduced downtime while creating new roles in AI system management. Meanwhile, in finance and insurance, 65% of employees either switched industries or exited the workforce entirely. The story was even starker in public services, where 72% left their sectors completely. These mass exoduses represent not just career changes, but entire industries hemorrhaging institutional knowledge. By 2030, 70% of skill sets currently required across occupations will undergo significant change due to AI and automation. Workers now save an average of 3.5 hours weekly through AI automation, but only if they know how to use it. The winners aren't necessarily the most technical, they're the most adaptable. Personal services jobs are rebounding post-pandemic, with food preparation and serving expected to add over 500,000 positions by 2033. Nurse practitioners are projected to grow by 52% from 2023 to 2033 as AI augments rather than replaces human care. The traditional career ladder is disappearing. Consider the CEOs who rose from the bottom. Antonio Neri of HP Enterprise started as a call center agent, Doug McMillon of Walmart began unloading trucks, and Mary Barra of GM started on the assembly line at 18. As one expert noted, the ladder isn't broken, it's just being replaced with something that looks a lot flatter. The rise of AI has coincided with considerable organizational flattening, especially among middle management ranks. Employees at leading AI firms are almost 3 times more likely to believe strongly in their company's future, and twice as likely to feel secure about their jobs during AI transitions. The secret lies in change management. Microsoft used the ADKAR framework to create awareness of new tools, gather feedback, and get everyone on the same page, from customer success staff to end users. 80% of C-suite executives believe AI will kickstart a culture shift where teams are more innovative. The impact varies dramatically by geography and demographics. AI could affect nearly 60% of jobs in advanced economies, but only 26% in low-income countries. Rural communities, already hollowed by factory closures, watch the digital economy pass by again. Yet there's hope. Remote work platforms and adaptive AI tools are enabling previously marginalized workers, rural residents, retirees, people with disabilities, to compete globally. Women face particular challenges. 8 out of 10 women in the U.S. workforce are in occupations highly exposed to generative AI automation, compared to 3 out of 5 men. Women are 1.5 times more likely to switch occupations than men, often taking the brunt of workforce disruption while simultaneously leading adaptation efforts. Looking at solutions that actually work, successful companies share several strategies. 89% of small businesses now use AI for daily tasks, but success requires training, not just tools. Companies need workers responsible for integrating digital workers into workforce strategies, then monitoring and governing them. They must foster innovation cultures where experimentation is encouraged and failures are learning opportunities. For workers, the playbook is becoming clear. Those who invested in retraining cite salary potential, employer requirements, and building AI-proof skills as top motivations. The key isn't learning to code, but learning to collaborate with AI. Focus must shift to uniquely human skills: empathy, creativity, and complex problem-solving. Workers must embrace continuous learning, as the half-life of skills is now just 5 years. Policymakers face enormous challenges. As many as 375 million workers globally, 14% of the workforce, may need to switch occupational categories by 2030. This requires modernized unemployment insurance, public-private training partnerships, investment in education infrastructure, and support for geographic mobility. The numbers paint a stark picture. 20 million U.S. workers are expected to retrain in the next 3 years. Goldman Sachs predicts 300 million jobs across the U.S. and Europe could be lost or degraded due to AI by 2030. 800 million workers globally may be displaced by 2030, though 555 million new jobs could be created, offsetting much of the loss. The investment required is staggering. U.S. AI spending reached $109.10 billion in 2024, nearly 12 times China's $930 billion. 49% of technology leaders say AI is fully integrated into their company's core business strategy. The average American has spent $1,140 on retraining, with over half paying out of pocket. The human cost continues to mount. Since 2000, 1.7 million manufacturing jobs have been lost to automation. In 2024, 59% of U.S. professionals actively sought new jobs. For the first time ever, 83% of workers now rank work-life balance above compensation. 91% of companies using AI plan to hire new employees in 2025, with 96% favoring candidates with AI experience. With sufficient economic growth, innovation, and investment, there can be enough new job creation to offset automation's impact. But that word "sufficient" carries enormous weight. As you read this, AI systems are writing code, diagnosing diseases, and making decisions that affect millions. 78% of organizations reported using AI in 2024, up from 55% the year before. The next 4 years will determine whether we're participants or casualties in this transformation. It's 3 a.m. somewhere in America right now. In a Cincinnati call center that once employed 500 people, 3 human supervisors monitor AI systems handling 10,000 simultaneous customer conversations. In a San Francisco hospital, an AI helps a doctor diagnose a rare condition in minutes instead of days. In a Detroit factory, a former assembly line worker programs robots that do his old job 10 times faster. The question isn't whether AI will take all our jobs, it's whether we're building a future where technology serves humanity, or one where humanity serves technology. The great workforce revolution isn't about technology replacing humans. It's about humans deciding what's worth keeping human. Sarah Martinez asked herself before spending her savings on retraining, "Am I going to be the person who adapted, or the one who got left behind?" Your answer to that same question will define not just your career, but the future we're building together. Because in the end, technology doesn't erase humanity. It reveals what we're willing to fight for.